I should tell you guys that Wicked Whims and the Murder Mod and the Drug Mod are very, very entrenched in my game. And to be able to, if I pulled those out, my game would probably not work anymore. So there's probably going to be sex and nudity and stuff like that. So try and ignore it. I'll try and cover it or move off screen. But it is going to happen. So 18 plus, okay, people? And here we are, guys. Here we are. We're starting episode 2. Good morning, heroes. Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? Well, let's go to
Hello,
the table of
John.
fate.
Candidates, I am the table of fate. While you are here, I alone control your destiny, so I suggest you listen to me, otherwise, you may never listen to anyone again.
Hey, so the first thing I want to mention is we had to age up Gage because he was a teen and they kept trying to put him in school and he can't leave the manor, so we had to age him up. And as you can see by the dice roll, we did it all by dice roll. Excuse me. Got a bit of a cough this morning. I'm sorry about that. I can't hear what's going on here, so if I overtalk something on the screen, I apologize. But yeah, so we did it all by dice roll. It takes a minute or two, and we got him a few good traits. I mean, he's a geek. He's proper. Well, he had that originally. So we gotta go down to number 10, which is ADHD. Isn't that fun? Yeah, okay, that's fine. It probably explains why he does what he does in the next episode. Just to let you know, guys, the episode 3 was kind of a bit of a clusterfuck of errors. I filmed it in Sims recorder instead of OBS, and the GUI wasn't on, and you can't tell who is who or what is what. So I decided to not really count that episode, but it's still part of the show. So I had to do something with it. So what I did was I just cut together a few of the very important pieces, and Sean, put some clothes on, and just cut together a few of the very important pieces, and let it run. And nobody dies in the next episode. Um, because of the clusterfuck of errors, clusterfarge of errors. I apologize. Yeah, just come on out in your underwear. Why don't you, Don? You're supposed to be a hero trainer, not a, you know. Yeah. See, I'd rather have you see what I have to do to make the video work than not have any GUI whatsoever because you just can't tell what's going on, who is who, and it's very, very boring. And so I'd rather have the GUI showing, which means I'm going to be filming it in OBS from now on. And it's a lot quicker in OBS too because filming it in the game engine of Sims, it's choppy. Um, so so it's better to do it this way. So this is the format you're going to get used to seeing. See, you get all the announcements in the corner and everything. You don't get that. You do have the dice on the screen all the time. I'm going to try and change that so that the dice aren't there. But yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is the freeze challenge they ended up rolling for. And what happens here is if you saw the first one, you already know. but it's everybody gets a freeze ray, and then they gotta go around. First one frozen is the loser. Last one frozen is the winner. Or the last one will not be frozen because there's no one to freeze them, right? So they're the winner. But it's first, second, and third end up going to the mansion and spending the night in the mansion, and everybody else goes to the loser lounge, um, where there's no food, but you know they have a toilet, they have a shower, they have water, but they don't really have any food. So there's nothing to really build energy, and the beds they have are not the most comfortable. So I mean, you'll see later in this episode, Kayla prefers to sleep on the log than in her bed because the log's probably more comfortable. So, uh, yeah. So we're going around and I'm trying to randomize this that who shoots who and what shoots what and it turns out pretty good. It does randomize pretty good. So I'm gonna call it fair. So I sort of round robined it, the first person shoots the last person sort of thing, and everyone in between. So just making sure. Also, because of the mods in my game, I had to give all the girls a box of tampons to keep them happy, and I keep them from. Okay, the first one frozen is Sarah. Sarah's the first one frozen, so she's going to be going to judgment. Sarah, and then it was uh, I believe Kayla was next, and then Lori. So those are the three. So anyway, I make a mistake in this one later. Well, I'll let this play out, and then I'll tell you about the mistake. Um, so uh, yeah, Sean is supposed to shoot Minot. Minot is supposed to shoot. Who's Minot shooting? Minot is shooting Sean. Sean is. Oh, oh, oh! It's not Kayla. Okay, there's Kayla. Kayla just got frozen. Okay, so she's in the top three anyway. So, and I didn't realize in this one that Gage didn't even show up here. He didn't even start playing. So Gage ends up going to punishment because he didn't even show up. But the thing is, yeah, now I'm searching for Don so we can go and de-ice them because we've got our first, second, and third winners, and so our person in first place is Minot. She was the last one to stay unfrozen. Our second place, are we going to do second and third, or no, not right now? Okay, all right. Okay, I'd have to watch this a few times to figure out who's what. I kind of lost track of it. Even when I was playing it, I lost track. So we're just gonna go. But I will tell you that eventually Gage ends up in the punishment area. Um, because he didn't even end up going. I don't know where his gun is. It's probably in his inventory, but he's not in the square. So, um, so anyway, I'll explain more on that later as it happens. So now Don's going to go and chip everyone out of their ice. So, except for Minot, who is uh, not frozen, and Gage. Gage is hungry. See, Sarah was the first one frozen, so she uh, ends up going to punishment as well. But I'll explain that as we go along. And poor Sean looks like a Smurf. He's even darker than a Smurf. He looks like a blueberry. Yeah. So yeah, now I'm still above the. I'm still at the thought where I thought Sarah was the first one frozen, so or the only one, but I forgot the Gage wasn't in there at all, and I just happened to notice him walking around. And I'm there, weren't you in the ice thing? And I had to stop it and go back and look and watch the video and realize, oh no, he wasn't even there. So, um, and the table of fate, I just got that figured out today. So this was taken before I got the table all set up with a voice and with graphics and stuff like that. So we're just going by dice roll here, and it's odd or even which one it is, and it ends up to be odd, which means it's the House of Doom. And when you go to the House of Doom, you have to pick another loser to go with you. So um, she ends up picking somebody too, but I end up pulling him out of there before anything happens, and Gage goes in there because he's the one who belongs in there in the first place. But since Sarah was the first one frozen, she stays in there with him. So Kayla was no, yeah, Sean was the third one, or the third from last frozen. So he's in number three. Or we're assigning the bed for who? Oh, for Sean for second was the last frozen. Oh, I see. Okay. And Kayla was one of the last ones frozen too. So Kayla, Minot, and Sean end up spending the night in the mansion, building their skills, having fun, having comfortable beds. Um, and Gage and Sarah end up in the Chaos House, and everyone else ends up um, in the Loser Lounge, where there's no food, but there is, showers and uncomfortable beds and water, and toilets. Unlike the first Hunger Games, there was no showers in the Losers Lounge, but I got sick of seeing everybody covered in schmutz all the time, so. And in the first one, I had an option of different kinds of Batman outfits, and I can't find the other Batman outfit anymore. So it's just like this outfit, and it's extremely dark. It's hard to tell who is who. I'm gonna have to rethink the when to wear the cowl thing because I can't tell who is who when they got a cowl on. And that's another reason why episode three is not a complete episode. It's going to be like a 5 minute tag on at the end of this one. Um, and and yeah, see, I didn't know where the books were coming from. I didn't think that I put a bookcase in the loser lounge, but apparently I did. So anyway, I end up putting them all back in the loser lounge. All the books I put them back in the loser lounge. Um, but oh yeah, see, I I think whoever I'm looking at, I've got selected, but I don't half the time, so I make a mistake like that. So I want Don to go and grow these. Whether or not he does or not, I don't know. I don't know if it's this episode or the next, but one of them he does. He goes and he covers them and waters them. And I know Minot goes and flirts with him while he's out there planting. Sorry, guys. Got a bit of a frog in my throat today. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, and our butler is sleeping. He's up all night, but he sleeps all day. Not the best thing for a butler, I don't think. um, yeah, so Minot goes and flirts with him, and I don't know if we get it on camera here or not, but Dawn ends up spurning her advances because I didn't want to have sex in the first episode. So, or the second episode, I should say. So it came up on the screen and said, "Do you want to have sex?" And I was like, "No." And normally he would. Normally, he definitely would, but not this time. Not when the cameras are running. And usually that wouldn't stop me either. But anyway, so yeah, he got the option of watering all or tending gardens. So I picked tend garden. But oh, excuse me. At the same time, I thought, oh well, she is the number one winner here. You should offer her a massage, and since the guy's decked out in that, um, you know, give her a massage. With all the masks on, I couldn't tell who was here, who. So I had to put my glasses on to read it, and that's what's taken so long there. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so looks like the VLC source is not running that well. I don't know if it is or not, but my headset is definitely a lot louder than the VLC source. Maybe if I turn it up a little bit. Um, hmm, I may have to redo this. I may have to talk over it again. We'll see. We'll see if you guys aren't getting any sound at all. Then I'll redo it. But hopefully with a lot less coughing. Yeah. See, I don't like having the dice up on the screen at all times because it does block out part of the screen. And I'm so glad she's changed into a towel because um, 90% of the time in my game when you get a massage, they'll just get up on the table naked. So, and just checking on Kayla, she's upping her gaming skills. She'll be working on something that's more productive for the Batman challenge. Um, and April is reading. Lori is doing something in the bathroom. Oh, she's in the mirror. And this is where I put all the books back, and I didn't I cut the video because it took a while to put all the books back. So yeah, yeah. So everybody's doing okay. I think we should go check on the Chaos House, see what they're doing, because they've been in there all day, and neither of them are looking at the paintings on their own. So sooner or later, you're going to see that dice roll because I asked the Table of Fate if I should interfere and make them look at the painting, and the table says yes. So yeah. And here I just keep hitting the wrong button. I'm trying to bring up the wall, but go down to the first level. There we go. I got it. So now he's going to get them to stare at the painting. Oh yeah, I just did the dice roll. So yeah, no, you want to go down to stare. You want to go ask Sims to stare. Yeah. And apparently you can only do one at a time. I'm trying to get both of them to stare at the same time, but they come up with that. Hey, it's occupied. So like I think there can only be one at a time with this painting. I'm not sure, but I used to be able to get two people to stare at it at once. But anyway, so apparently Sarah's the first one to stare at it, and and we'll see what happens here because I know, yeah, yeah. Yeah, see, this is a very forgiving painting. A lot of people, it rewards more than kills, unfortunately. So, yeah, start with Gage this time, and then Sarah, because that's only fair since you did Sarah first the last time. So, see, now Sarah's waving her arm in the air, saying, "Hey, I can't look at it." You know, somebody's already looking at it. So, and Dawn. Oh, and now Gage has won money. You know, which is good and all, but the thing is, you know, it kind of upsets the balance of nature here. so I just go around for a few minutes and then look at what's going on and see what people are doing, and then um, tell Don to go jazz up the place, yeah, or play piano. I don't know if he actually does or not, but there's a fire going on. Um, and it's not in the chaos house. But that's the first place I thought it would be, so that's the first place I went. But it's upstairs. It's one of the fireplaces that has caught fire to a rug, and Kayla ends up getting a little scalded. Sorry, Kayla. Kayla ends up getting a little scalded, and here we go. I back it up just to find out where the fire is, and that's where I zoom in here, and we see Kayla, you know, scalding off to the shower. See, she's all covered in schmutz. Luckily, she's still alive, you know, and yeah. And I didn't want to go any further than that because you will see nudity. So I brought it back around and made my guy clean it up because you know our useless butler is sleeping. So we don't want this mess all day. So anyway, so after he's finished here, I go back to the house and I try to intervene again. And there we go. And Don's gonna go have a drink after cleaning up. But we get, yeah, rolled a six, which is an even. So that means intervene. So we intervene again and we try and get them to stare at the painting again. Well, eventually, there we go. Ask to stare, and who does he ask first? He asks Sarah to do it first, and um, then Gage. So if Sarah wins this time, it will be Gage's turn. Although Gage did get to the painting first, so he's actually staring at it, and Sarah's not. So I guess we'll just pick them out again. We'll pick Sarah and then Gage. So I do know that eventually I get a little PO'd that everybody's actually winning at this, so I end up switching the paintings. I figure if I delete the painting and put another one up, the luck will be different. And, well, just watch and find out what happens. So, yeah, so I'm rolling to see who stares. Um, you know, do I interfere and make them stare? And then the second roll was okay. Sarah has odd and Gage has even. Um, so I guess it's going to be Sarah this time. And she won, see? So, and now my guy is sleeping. Everybody pretty much in the house, almost everybody is sleeping. So, now I'm getting PO'd. And I'm picking one at a time to stare. That's it. So this time we pick Gage to stare at it. And we got a fire. Oh, Sarah's on fire. Okay, so we gotta get Gage out of there right now. So we teleport him out and let fate go where it may. So, um, so Gage might make it out of there before something happens to him. We'll see. But Sarah ends up. I feel sorry for Sarah because she ends up on fire for a long time. A matter of fact, I end up asking the table to interfere and send her to the shower. But watch what happens there. Um, so now Gage is back. He's gone. And now we're just waiting for Sarah's fate to take over for her. And this is quite a while. Uh, and it almost looks like she went out there. Mm, so I interfered with the fate again, and I said, you know what, go take a shower or a bubble bath or something. And um, I was looking for put self out, but it's not there. So I told her to go take a shower or a bath or something, and she starts going. And then I was trying to figure out, well, once she takes her bath, what are we going to do then? What's. But she ends up dying just as she's filling the tub. Poor Sarah. So, um, and that was that. And then we had a little problem with Death being able to get into the mansion because all the gates were locked. And I always thought Death could go through walls and gates and stuff like that. So I ended up having to unlock the gates to uh, get into the Chaos House. The thing is, Death had revenge on his mind, and I think this is because my guy has the serial killer trait. But if anybody on your lot dies, Death comes and beats you up. So I'm gonna lock Death in. Screw it. Yeah. So yeah, so now Death goes, and I'm trying to stop the beating. I'm clicking on it. Say, okay, Don, you're gonna have to defend yourself now. Go beat up Death. Do something. Go sleep. Do something so you don't get beat up. You know, and I was too late. I couldn't do it. I paused it even. I said, "Can you beat up Death? Like make it a fair fight." No, I look at him. He's already beat up. I mean, if you look at the picture, you know. So yeah. And then I'm clicking on Death, trying to get him to stop beating him up. But because the last thing I want is for Don to die, because if he dies, the whole thing is gone. It's the whole series is abandoned. So and I'm telling him, go to sleep, sleep it off, buddy, sleep it off. And now Death decides to go and do his proper work, and just be a dick. I lock the gates and doors behind Death. so so lock for everyone. Yeah. So nobody else goes in there and tries to, console Death or anything else. So we put that in Don's inventory and then send them to go do a sugar skull offering. Now I don't know what a sugar skull offering does. Oh yeah, and put the books back first, and then put the. But I don't know what a sugar skull offering does, but it's something I started in the last one. And yeah, he hobbled all the way there, which took like a good 5 minutes to get into the graveyard. So even Minot, that's Minot there behind him. Minot followed him in there. Um, but yeah, so this is where we're going to end the episode. I'm pretty sure we go to the table of fate and decide who the alternate is. and it should be coming up any second now. And then we get the alternate, and oh, there he is. Yeah, so we popped him in there and talked to the table of fate and get the alternate. So yeah, we had to keep rolling till we got three, and it went past the three, and I didn't notice. And see, at the three, and I kept rolling, and because it was either one or three, and
I choose you, Mark. You are our next candidate. Goodbye, Sarah. You were hot, but could not hold a flame to the Batman.
so yeah, so Mark got chosen for by the table of fate, and we add him now. We just pop him in here, teleport him in, and he's in a good mood. He's fine and happy and everything. So, and I'm calling that the end of episode 2. So I'll see you guys in episode 3. Okay, which is going to be right after this.
Players, the Batman must be agile, and where better to test your agility than the rock climber, first one to quit or fall. I will see back here today, possibly for the last time.
Hey everyone, so we started with the table of fate because, well, this is not a full episode. It's like 5 minutes long, and it just shows you that we did go through a whole episode, and then without the GUI, and recorded in Sims 4, and yeah, Sean almost ended up going to the table of fate because it took him a few minutes to start. Everybody else was already climbing before he started, and that kind of peeved me off a little bit. And I made sure everybody was in this one. I made sure before he even started saying, okay, is everybody in here? And yeah, everyone was in here. And the first one to give up was Gage. So, and I thought I was clicking on Gage to send him to the table of fate, but it turns out I was clicking on Kayla. So, yeah, I thought it was Gage, but it turns out it was Kayla. So I sent her to the table of fate, and then I realized, hey, that's not Gage, it's Kayla, and I sent her back and got her to rejoin everybody and got everybody to restart again. And here's Gage's punishment. He got sentenced to the eternal pool of sleep. So, and and if you remember in the last one, I said maybe that's why he does what he does. In this one, that's because after he does a cannonball into the pool, he gets naked. So I'm thinking maybe that's the ADHD. He does end up putting back his Batman outfit back on, but he does spend a little bit of time naked in the pool. So, and I'm avoiding him so I don't show nudity. And I made sure everybody got fed. And even this one, I knew it was going to be a tragedy of errors and a cluster fudge. So I even took some food out to the not good food. I think it was like chives and chips or something like that. To the loser lounge, so everybody had some food.
Well, Gage, it seems you're a very strong swimmer. Strong enough to swim till morning. But make no mistake. This will be the last time I will reprieve a decision. Go back to your bunk. And thank your maker you are still alive.
Yeah, okay, that was, I can't hear the pay table, so, okay, that's it, guys. See you in the next one.